Social media is transforming the world. Nowhere is this more visible today than in the Middle East. This past spring, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Google were used to connect citizens, first in Tunisia, then in Egypt, to organize demonstrations against repressive regimes. The protests lasted just a few weeks, but in the end proved to be historic as decades-old dictatorships fell.
To that crowd, that's what they've been waiting for. Hosni Mubarak has gone.
And similar events happened in Syria, Libya, Yemen, and Iran. In these countries, people who were once powerless used social media to organize, connect, and challenge dictatorships. Not every regime was toppled, but what was revealed was that awesome power of social media to inspire hundreds of thousands of people to rise up and act as one. But is the use of social media as an agent of change revolutionary? Or is it in fact evolutionary? Before laptops and PCs, we argue every historical era had devices to motivate and mobilize people for a cause. In this country, consider Benjamin Franklin's beloved printing press. It wasn't used only to entertain people, but to mobilize them.
In 1776, Thomas Paine, a writer, thinker, philosopher, and revolutionary, used the medium of his moment, the printing press, to mobilize the colonies to revolt against Britain. This initiation provided justification for the war, as explained by John Adams's quote, in which he states, "Without the pen of the author of Common Sense, the sword of Washington would have been raised in vain." The words of Thomas Paine's writing spread throughout the colonies like wildfire at the hands of the printing press.
While Paine's Common Sense helped spark the revolution, the printing press was also used to shape what that new nation would look like. When states were deciding to ratify the Constitution, several of the founding fathers used newspapers, the most effective communication device at the time, to try to win the document's approval. The radio was a huge technological leap from the printing press. It offered immediate communication with the masses.
On December 9, 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt used the medium of the moment to mobilize a reluctant nation to go to war.
No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
Prior to Pearl Harbor, the United States was an isolated nation that witnessed the rise of Nazi Germany and the Japanese Empire from afar. The U.S. could only wait and listen for news about World War II.
But in the 1960s, the radio would soon be displaced by an even more powerful social media device.
Television came next, and it revolutionized everything. In the early 1960s, Martin Luther King Jr. used the medium of his moment, the television, to mobilize the civil rights movement.
I have a dream.
And later on in the decade, the Vietnam War became known as the Living Room War when the feed from the war was broadcast into the homes of millions of Americans. With the arrival of news networks like CNN, news became non-stop.
The world of cable news has allowed almost anyone, almost anywhere, to be an eyewitness to history.
The internet is the new wave of media. From Facebook and Twitter, it allows the masses to communicate at a speed never seen before. Social networking sites have led to the Arab Spring, a set of revolutions in the Middle East, starting with the Green Revolution in Iran, where Facebook was used to start the protest. This failed. However, the winds of change moved west to Tunisia, nicknamed the Twitter Revolution, due to the network's major role in the success of the revolution. The next victim of the masses was Egypt, rightfully named the Facebook Revolution, after Wael Ghanem attributed the revolution's success to the social media. The greatness of the internet is its ability to connect the masses at a speed never seen before.
There can be no doubt that people have used social media to change the world. They always have. And while it may be more evolutionary than revolutionary, the resulting change is happening faster than ever. We've gone from the distribution of a few of Thomas Paine's books to an information explosion facilitated by today's internet. As for our generation, we've already witnessed the world change faster than those before us. So what does the future hold? More digital tools, and without doubt change, faster than ever before.